and welcome to my Facebook group page, VIP Marisa Swain, Health and Fitness Online. I hope you're well, I hope you're having a good Thursday so far. It's absolutely beautiful today. I've brought us out into the garden and I'm going to talk today. It's going to be a workout and a bit of a mini workshop as well. And I want to talk about back care, mainly about non-Pacific back care. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about Pacific. Okay, so two categories that people fall into. The main one being non-Pacific, and that's basically backache, yeah, mainly lower backache, and it's possibly to do, they may be overweight, and it's lifestyle, right? They may just not exercise, and for that reason, all of the weight is like, think about the lumbar area, the lower back as a crossroads. So everything is going through this area. Okay, so a non-Pacific, so somebody who doesn't exercise, who comes to my Pilates class, has been told by the doctor to become more active, and that's why people do Pilates. It makes them feel good, and it is amazing for the body. Okay, and then we look at the other category, and we look at Pacific. So that's somebody who possibly has gone to the doctor and they have been diagnosed and they're under physiotherapy. So with a physiotherapist, we can work, as Pilates instructors, we can work with them. But they can only exercise when they have been told and they've been given the okay by the doctor, would I allow them into my class. So a Pacific back pain could be something like disc herniation, disc compression, sciatic pain, yeah? And what happens is the L4 and L5 fuse together, yeah, the lumbar spine, and then they press into the facet joint, and then the facet joint presses down onto that sciatic nerve. So that's why they get pain, why people get pain down into their legs. So there will be some exercises today that I'll be going through and just keep everything fundamental, very, very basic. So there's be some exercises that somebody with Pacific back pain, with sciatic problems, they've been told that they can exercise, but certain exercise they wouldn't be able to do. And I'll be pointing those out throughout this little workout today. So we're really looking today at this workout, mainly people who have non-Pacific back pain. Really need to get exercising, get active daily, walking, yeah, so getting out and getting some more and getting flexibility and some strength into their body. So today I'm going to look at stretching, I'm going to look at mobilising the joints, and then I'm going to be looking at strengthening. So we don't strengthen until we gain flexibility and we stretch. Okay. So I want to start with us in a neutral spine position, and a lot of people who don't exercise wouldn't know where their neutral spine is. Okay, so I'm going to go through this as a basic. What I want you to do is just place your thumbs together and then your fingers, so just make like a little diamond, and place the thumbs just onto your belly button and then your hands down, yeah, fingers down, and you should be able to see your fingers, yeah, so there we go, so there's your fingers. And that would be in a neutral spine position. Okay, so that's just a quick tip. Now, a better way of finding out is release your hands down, just look at your feet and just make sure they're both facing forward, and make sure your knees are in line with your ankles and your toes. Okay, and then coming up to your hip bones, so make sure that they're symmetrical, so nice and square. Right, from here, let's brace up through the abdominals. So through that abdominal wall, I would like you to think about nice, strong abdominals, okay? So think about just between the hip bones, there's your muscles, firing them up, so connecting them. Then take your mind around into your gluteal muscles, and then just give them a little connection. So don't squeeze them really tight, just a little brace, just like we are with the abdominals. There you go. So with these two contractions, we lift up through the pelvic floor muscles, okay? Let's work up from belly button up. So we're going to lift the shoulders, drop them down and take them back. And again, so you lift up, drop down and then take them back. Taking your right hand onto your shoulder and then just circle it around. Okay, just keep that going. And another reason that people have back ache and back pain and stiffness, and then the other side, is because their hamstrings are short and tight, and their hip flexors are short and tight again. So I'm going to be doing some stretching with you on those two joints, on those two muscle groups. Okay, if you just go into rotation, so placing the hands together and just rotate over to the right side, and then come around and look over to your left. So go over to your right, looking behind as far as you can into your right elbow, and then over to your left. So the workout today is about lower to mid back pain. Okay, now we're going to find that neutral spine position. So I want you to rock the pelvis just forward and back. Yeah, so just forward and back. So think of it as A and C. So if I show you sideways, so if I bring my pelvis forward into anterior and then posterior. So anterior is A and posterior is C. All right, so obviously the middle is B. So we're going to find that in a moment. So just getting that moving. This is something that you can do throughout the day. Sorry, insects and then back. And again, so squeeze and back. Okay, so we're going to find out everybody's neutral spine is different daily. Yeah, it depends how active we are. And if we're not active at all, you may find it difficult to find that position. So let's do this together. So we're going to bring the pelvis forward into anterior and then take it back into posterior. Okay, so that's my C position. Forward was my A position. So I'm in a B position. Yeah? So another way to do it is think about the earlobe down in line with the shoulder, down in line with the hip, in line with the ankle. Okay, so set yourself up. So your shoulders are back and down. Yes, scaps slightly together. Head is on the horizon. Okay, and then from there, just circle back the right arm. Just stay here on the right. And asking yourself how that feels today. And then the other side. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, we're going to thread like a needle. So we're going to draw down, coming just down to the knees, taking your right arm and drop through. Yeah, so rotating through the spine into lower and mid back, but mainly thoracic. Yeah, so round and through. So this is the area of the back, the midsection of the back, that doesn't get a lot of rotation. So we're going to go through and exhale as you breathe, right? So marrying up the breathing the other side. So inhale and then take it up and through, exhale, and again, inhale and exhale. As I said, keeping the movements today fundamental. Back and through and exhale as you come up into our cat-cow. So hands onto the top of the knees and then just come up into your cat stretch. So think about belly button into spine and coming up to the sky, that lovely blue sky today, and then just taking your chin away from your chest into your cow stretch. Okay, and again, so feeling the difference, yeah? So spine, arch, like a C shape. Now at the moment I change it, so I feel the stretch in through, I'm extending my spine, but I feel my stretch into my hamstrings. Okay, now I'm going to drop my chin to my chest and I'm going to roll it back up. I'm going to find that neutral spine position again into B. Okay, let's go for a full roll down. So I'm going to drop my head, neck and shoulders. Now I'm going to slightly bend the knees as you come down. Now some people who are really short on the hamstrings, they would have to bend the knees, yeah? So obviously they're not long enough to come down to the floor. And some people may even just get here, and that's okay, all right? So from here, inhale, exhale, and roll it up. Okay, all the way to the top, and then take it down. Okay, one more time. So rolling down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Remember to bend those knees. Hamstrings are short. Feeling the stretch there. Okay, and then inhale, exhale, and then roll it up. All the way to the top. And then take your shoulders back and down. Take your right arm into a lat raise, and then your left arm lat raise. From here, let's just keep the pelvis to me, yeah? And then rotate over to your right, and then over to your left. And again, over to the right, and then over to your left side. Lovely. Draw the arms down. Just tap forward on the right foot, and then over onto the left foot. Okay? Reciprocal arms. So I'm going to come forward. So just moving the pelvis in a very small range of movement. Okay, 2 more. And we're going to go into a frontal plane. So I'm going to take the right foot out just to the side. yeah? And the other side, lovely. And into that lat raise, keeping that shoulder down and relaxed. 2 more. So as I said, keeping movements really small, and then back into an extension, hip extension. So I'm just lifting up through that heel, lifting through that glute. So engage the glute and through, and again, lift and lower. Okay, and another reason that people get lower back pain is that their glutes are inactive, underactive, or overactive, yeah? So it's about getting them moving, so you can feel that contraction straight away. Come down into a little squat, yeah, and then lift up, okay, and again. So squatting, take the weight back through the heels and then lift, okay, and again, down through the heels and lift. One more time, weight back, push that pelvis back and through. Now as you come down into this squat position now, I want you to contract the glutes. Contract, now lift up, yeah, totally different. And again, down, squeeze, lock on, and lift. One more time. Coming down, squeeze, lock on, and lift. Let's put that little combination together. So we're going to come forward, okay, and the other side. Do that again. So reciprocal arms, which is great for the motor skills and coordination. Out to the side, and then the other side, there we go. 2 more, one on the right leg, and then onto the left. Okay, now go into a hip extension, push back and through, lovely. So it's like a little Superman, 3 and 4, and then come down into a little squat. Down, remember, squeeze the glutes as you push up. And again, down, squeeze and lift. 2 more, down, squeeze and take it back. Last one, down, squeeze and push back. Let's roll down again. Okay, so drop in head, neck and shoulders. Let the arms long, crown of the head heavy, coming down towards the ground. Remember, just a little bend in those knees, and then inhale to prepare, and exhale and come all the way to the top. Okay. Taking your arms out to the side, out to the right, and then out to the left into your lat raise, and then just turn. And I want you to think, as you turn over to the right side, think about your left hip pushing back, yeah? And then the other side. Down we go. Okay. So it doesn't matter what this arm is doing, yeah? It's here. This is what matters, is the right arm and the left hip, yeah? So even if you want to put your hand down, just so make sure it's not coming forward with you like this, okay? And then the other side. Over we go. 3, 2, and 1. Draw the arms down, lift them open again. Bring the back of the hands together and then sweep it open. And again, back of the hands together and sweep open. Draw down, head, neck and shoulders. Just come down into our thread like a needle. Inhale, take your arm through, exhale, take it up to the sky. One more time. We're going to just do 2 each side. Down and through to inhale, and then up to exhale, really getting the thoracic part of the spine into movement, get some flexibility in there, and exhale as you come up, and again, inhale, and then exhale. Lovely. Okay guys, hands onto the knees, draw up, slowly up, all the way up, and pop your shoulders back and down, and there you find your new. From here, draw down head, neck and shoulders as we did before, into your roll down, walking your hands away, and then come onto all fours. Okay, onto all fours. Now I want you to turn over, okay, and then into a seated position, so into a half a roll back. We're going to go into a half a roll back. So arms away, now bring them here, just at the side of you, just under the thighs. Tilt the pelvis, little tilt, and then lift back up, yeah? And again, so come down and through, engage the core muscles and lift. And it's keeping this really basic. So if I was teaching somebody a complete beginner, this would be lovely because they've got the thighs just to pull up on, yeah? So down, and there's so many variations that we can do from this position. One more time, and then down. Remember that C curve, come back as far as you want to. That's good for you. roll it all the way back. So we're going to bring our back all the way down onto the mat. We're going to go into a bridge position. Okay, so first of all, before we bridge, we're going to bring the heels in towards the glutes. So the closer the heels are to the glutes, the less work the hamstrings have to do. Okay, so the further away, more work. But as I said, keeping things at fundamental level at the moment. Okay, when we were standing, I just wanted to tilt the pelvis, just like we did, back and forth. So remember when we were in sagittal plane, do the same down onto the mat. So we can do it standing or lying. So tilt the pelvis forward and back. And remember the A position and then C position. Okay, now find it to your B. Okay, so there's the lying position in a B into our neutral spine. Okay, I'm going to come up to bridge, but only come up when you're ready. So I'm going to tilt the pelvis into that A position, and I'm going to peel the spine away from the mat into a bridge. Okay, you may find if you don't exercise a lot that you may not get as high, yeah, but go as high as up as you can, keeping the hips nice and square and symmetrical. Lower down vertebrae by vertebrae, and then just stop before your material of your trousers or whatever you're wearing touches the mat, and then come back up again. Yeah. Okay. Lovely. So lower it down. Now this is great for squeezing the glutes, so strengthening the gluteal muscles. So as you come lower, they relax. Okay. And now up and through into concentric. So they're in tight glutes. Another thing that bridging is great for is what I've mentioned earlier about hip flexors. So people that sit down a lot, the muscle here, the hip flexor, the psoas muscle, this is the only muscle in the body that connects the upper and the lower. And if you're sitting a lot, then these become really tight and really short. So by bridging, we're gaining a lot of strength, flexibility and mobility in the lower body. And again, so up and through, squeeze up to the top and lower, one more time, and squeeze up to the top. Hold it there, feeling the stretch. The hip flexors, gluteals are locked on, head and shoulders are relaxed down into the mat. Slowly, slowly, bringing it all the way down. Your chest and just give yourself that little knee hug. Just releasing the lower back and then just roll it off side to side if that feels good for you. Okay, so strengthening the back. So I'm going to come over onto prone position, onto my tummy. Okay, so coming down. I'm going to place my arms just to the outside of my mat, and then my head is in line with my spine. I'm just going to let my legs relax and stay nice and long. From here, I'm going to go into a thoracic extension. So I'm just going to lift up and through, and then lower. Okay, and again, so into that little swan, up and through. So your arms are in a square position. Inhale, exhale to lift. Now as you're lifting, I want you to think about bracing that tummy wall. So don't push the tummy out as you come down into the mat. Yeah, so keep it there, nice and tight. Belt on, notch 7. And again, lift and lower. Now those people who have, say, sciatic problems, which is again, piriformis sciatic pain, you would find that this is probably too uncomfortable for you. Because your glute bracing, and when you're contracting this area, is pressing on the nerve. So you wouldn't want to do anything with a contraction. Okay, give me one more. So lift, hold that here, lift up the right arm, and then the left arm. Remember, only do this if you've got no specific back pain, or if you have, you've been told that you can exercise. One more time. And lower, one more time, lift and lower. Cobra is also really good for people with backache. Come up, press away from you, okay? Or you could come down into a baby cobra, so the elbow is slightly bent. So lift up into full cobra, or down into baby cobra. One more time, lift back. So take your glutes back with you and just sit back onto your heels. And there's your child's pose. So this is a lovely recovery and rest position. And then just walking in the hands slightly, sit back. So you're lifting your bottom away from your heels. And we're going to thread like a needle. So I'm going to drop my right arm, drop the shoulder down to the mat, like we did standing. Inhale, exhale to push. Okay, and one more time on the other side. Dropping the shoulder, inhale, and then exhale, and push away. And then from there, just come back into a seated position. All right, so bring your legs in front of you. Okay, and we're going to go into a spine and hamstring stretch. So sweep the arms up, breathe in, fold over the hamstrings, and breathe out. And again, so come up and through. Breathe in, and breathe out as you come over. Legs, if you want to, or just leave them out. I'm just going to go into a side reach. Right hand down, left arm over, and then the other side. Lovely, nice stretch right through the obliques, the waist area, the waists, and again. Lovely. Okay, guys, well done. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you've got something out of it. And if you've got friends or family who do suffer with back pain, this is just a small snippet of what we can do for ourselves to manage our own bodies and manage our own pain. So really, in a non-specific back pain, it's really just exercising, being more active, changing lifestyle. Anyway, I hope you're going to have a lovely Thursday, feeling positive and energised on this beautiful day, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Thank you.